questions and answers. The other thing that I want to, that is very exciting for you guys who signed up to be an affiliate for the Easy MT5 group, what I did was we've revamped, and it was actually not my own personal questions and answers. Okay. The other thing that I want to, okay, there we go. So we're live streaming on YouTube as well. So to be honest with you, there was a gentleman, Michael, I think it was, who emailed and he said, "Hey man, what if you did this? Is it one-time fee or is it, what if we did this?" And I said, that's a really good idea. Let me think it through. And so what we're going to, and that's because of him. So if you're in the room, thank you for sharing that idea. We're going to revamp it so that it's more profitable for you guys as well. So we're going to do what's called a profit sharing program. Um, and that profit sharing program is basically, and we can go over this right now to cover this and get it out the way. Let me pull this up because I have a whole list of things I have to cover. So I can get this one out the way right now. Okay. So when you're on Easy MT5, when you click on the affiliate, you don't have to sign up for the trading systems to be a member of the affiliate program. You can be an affiliate. So if you're good at marketing and network marketing, whatever it is, and you want to just make an extra little income, all you have to do is go here to the affiliate, sign up for your affiliate link, and there you go. It's free. And then right in here is where you log in and you can track your affiliates so that as you're referring people, we do pay out every Friday. So that's another thing that's a weekly payout. But what we're going to do instead, what we were doing was $25 for a one-time referral. This time, what we're going to do is for every person you bring aboard, we're paying out $25 residual. So that means every month that they're staying in the company on the platform, in the membership, we're going to actually pay you over and over and over again. So if we do some numbers, let me see if I can pull up this calculator. And we can get this one done and then we'll move on to the next topic, okay? Let me pull up this calculator. If it'll wake up. Oh, okay, there it goes. All right, so for an example, if you have 25 people times 100 referrals, then that means every month you're making $2,500 a month, okay? That's what it boils down to, something like that, okay? Does that make sense to everybody? We're keeping it very simple and plain. It's not showing on the screen? Hold on. Hold on, that's what it should be showing. That's screen one. Okay, there we go. Okay, it should be showing to you guys now. Let me put on this sample screen so I can see. Okay, yeah, it's showing now. Okay, so cool. Can everybody see that? And I'll do it again, just so it makes sense. So again, $25 a person per month times 100 people. If you're good at marketing, if you're not, you got a few people, whatever. Then that's $2,500 a month in income. Okay, so we're doing a profit sharing program, profit sharing. And the better you are, the longer they stay, the more, you get that residual every single month. Any questions on that before we move forward? Any questions before we get to the trading systems? And again, you'll have then your back office, you'll be able to track all of your affiliates once you sign in. And again, you don't have to pay to become an affiliate, it's free. Just create your account here, then you use your login to log in. And then from there, you'll have a link in there that's personalized to you. Share your link with everybody else. And when you do, then you'll be able to track how many affiliates you have. Okay. And then, like I said, every month, as long as they're on the books, you get paid. Simple as that. Okay. And I'm sorry, guys, I got one, two, three, four. I got five computer screens. That's why you see, and these are like 30-inch screens right here. Then I have another one here. Then I have a 21-inch square monitor here. So I got one, two, three. Yeah, I got five monitors. So when you see me leaning over here, that's because I'm leaning over here to read your comments. But to be honest with you guys, I don't want to put on my glasses right now. Okay. Simple as that. Okay. The other thing, real quick, and this is not covered, but a lot of people are asking. So one of the things that I do, okay, what I do, you have Traders Connect, and I have used TradeSyncer. So for Traders Connect, when I have like an MT4, MT5, but I'm using other prop firms because I do have a list of prop firms for you guys, and a whole bunch of MT4 and MT5 brokers that Mr. Elvis had provided, and Miss Jenny provided prop firms with her discount code for futures traders who want to use a discount code to get some discounts from her. I got that for you too tonight. So for an example, what I use this for is if I'm using, like for an example, the trade copier, right? So if you have the MT4, but your prop firm is using DX Trade, Trade Locker, or Match Trader or something like that, what I actually do is I use this system here. They charge $10 per account. So basically, if I have an MT4 or MT5, I'll put my copier on here or trade on my own with the trading systems because you're going to have two trading systems coming out tonight, two for the MT5, which we're going to get into, and one for the MT4. So if you're trading on here using this to do your analysis and you want to place the trade without having to go over and log into the other account to copy the trades, then I would suggest checking out Traders Connect because again, C-Trader, Match Trader, all these other DXP and so forth, you can connect it through here so that when you place a trade on here, it would actually copy right onto your prop firm accounts. And I cannot, and I'm saying this up front, I cannot endorse these, but I can say that I haven't had any problems when I use this myself. Okay. So C Trader, Match Trader, Trade Locker, DX Feed, I haven't had problems out of it. I haven't had problems from the prop firm saying, hey, man, we see that you're doing this, we see that you're doing that. I haven't gotten that when I connected my MT4, MT5 and traded off of it and connected it to here. Okay. All right. Was that a bit helpful? Yes, no, maybe so. Because we're going to move on to the next thing. Because people ask me, what do you do? And, for prop firms, this is one of the things I do. Okay. Now, if it's for the futures market, I tend to use TradeSync instead. Okay. TradeSync, I prefer that one to connect up my accounts so that when I copy on one account, it copies onto all of them. And there's a way to pretty much, it does the same thing, but it's more tailored toward the futures market. Now, in all transparency, for honesty's sake, I do see that they also have that for the futures market here, which is Tradeovate and NinjaTrader. But to be very transparent, I've never used their platform for that, so I can't speak on that. So if you want to test it out, let me know. Shoot me an email at supereasyforex@gmail.com. I'll be more than happy to hear about that myself. I just never have done it on this platform. I only used it for MT4, MT5, C Trader, Match Trader, Trade Locker, DX Feed, and so forth, and Trade Syncer for the futures. Okay. All right. All right. So the first system we're looking at, this is called Trend Candy. Trend Candy is just cute to me. I call it Trend Candy because it's just so easy to use. So what happens is that the only thing I'm looking for, and it's using part of my Trend B. So when we get to the MT5, you'll see the difference why I named it differently, because they kind of function differently. Okay. But you can, at one glance, if you're trading from the higher time frame, you can clearly see price action is below all these little moving averages, and then you have this dashboard that's telling you what to do. Now, how do I use the system? I don't use it on the 4 hour. Sometimes I use it on the 30-minute. And so what I do is I'm simply waiting because you can see price action stay below. Here's the main 200-day moving average. So the entire time, anytime it came up, tested it and fell below. Because why? All of the other trend candy moving averages, they also stayed below the 200-day moving average. Okay. And I don't want to go too fast. Does that make sense to everybody? Yes or no? Okay. So for test sake, can somebody tell me when would you have taken a buy trade on this? Tell me when would you have taken a buy trade? It should be very, very apparent right in front of your eyes. Okay. Broke above the 200. Okay, perfect. See, very, very simple. In addition to, because you have a library of indicators available to you, what I do, I create two templates. Okay. One, I call it trend beast up, and one I call trend beast down. So when price action is heading below, and let me switch over so you guys can see this. Okay. I keep everything simple for myself. So as you can see, the super easy SR, I create a resistance one. So when price action is trending below the 200-day moving average, I keep it simple. I want to know, when does it do a pullback? And look at this. There's just absolutely no way you couldn't have seen opportunity here. Because when it pulls back, not only am I looking at the price action below the trend lines, but when am I trying to hop in? When it comes back up and tests my super easy SR. Okay, so that's the only thing I added additionally to it is, and I set this to 1 hour. So then if it's in the downtrend and I want to know when is a good time to get in, I want to see that it's pulling close up to the 200-day moving average. See, down here you have this, but it's way too far away from the moving averages. So I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for when it tries to pull back up close to the white moving average or the blue moving average, just to keep it simple. Okay. And you have this dashboard that kind of tells you what's going on the shorter time frame versus the higher time frame. Okay. If it doesn't have, if the price action is ranging, it will tell you. And that's why you see this right here on the 1 hour saying that this trend period is ranging and this one is ranging. So I did steal the Trend Beast dashboard, which is for the MT5, had it added onto this indicator, which by the way, this indicator wasn't even supposed to be available. I was like, you know what, what else can I give to them that they didn't ask for? And so I just put this together with my team last minute. That's why we were delayed to have, and because not everybody is officially adopted over to the MT5. And I'm going to be very transparent. I'm creating systems for the MT5, but for me, and this is just like iPhone versus Android, for me, I still love the MT4 way better than the MT5, but that is just my personal opinion. Now, however, on the mobile version, I actually like the MT5 better than the MT4. I think they did great improvements on the MT5 mobile version that they still have not translated over to the MT5 desktop version. Okay, so if I'm using MT5, I like the MT5 version of it on mobile, but if I'm using my indicators to trade, I still like the MT4 better. But again, that's just my preference. Some of you guys may have that preference. And if that's the case, that's why I call this Trend Candy versus Trend Beast. And we will be getting to Trend Beast shortly. Okay. Any questions on this explanation? It's very apparent. Price action is heading, you can see right here when all the moving averages had crossed below the 200. That was your first sign not to buy. Do not buy, do not buy, do not buy. Why? The moving averages cross below the main blue moving average. So that tells you where price action is going. After that, when is a good time to get in? When price action breaks below, comes back up and retests and hit a resistance or these trend lines. And right here, for an example, here's where price action broke below, but now officially all things were under the blue moving average. When price action dropped down and popped back up and retested this wick, that was your signal, hop in and get in. Okay. Where can you put your stop? Above the previous high level. And what happened? This thing dropped like a rock. You would have been in profit. Then, and this is why I don't hop in just off of these resistance levels. I'm looking to see how close is price action to the moving averages. I want them to get as close as possible, because if not, you're looking at just a simple pullback. And that's what happened. It bounced, 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 pull back, and now it's hovering and getting stuck in between the moving averages again. And you have your resistance right here. So when it did that and it was hovering right here and constantly retesting this level, boom, 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 boom. What does that tell you? Sell, sell, sell. Okay. So here's the first opportunity, and I made it bigger so you guys can see. Here's your second opportunity. Look at how many times price action tested this area and got stuck in between the moving averages, stay below this resistance, super easy SR. Like again, this is in your library, so you can always use it if you want to. If you don't, that's perfectly fine. But this is what I do. I create two templates. I call it Trend Candy or Trend. I could named it originally Trend Beast. I need to rename it Trend Candy. So Trend Candy going down, I put the super easy SR only using the one that shows resistance. And that gives me the opportunity. And look what happened. Boom, 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 boom. Held out. And then the thing just continued to drop. Pull back up. Here's another opportunity. Here was another opportunity. Okay. And you can see another opportunity. Now, when am I not going to fool with this? As soon as this happened right here. And this is what we're looking at. When price action, and this is why I have two templates. Watch me, watch this very carefully. Watch. This is how simple I do things. As soon as price action flipped over, and this is gold, which by the way, hold on. Y'all give me a second. If you're in my Asian session group, we are in profit. Small profit. I told you markets are moving slow, but we are in profit. Um, so there you go. So watch this. Price action broke above the moving averages very harshly. It shot up, and that shows strong buying pressure because it not only broke through all these moving averages, it broke through this strong moving average of 200, came all the way up, and then it did a hard pullback. Now, when it did this pullback, it stayed above. All right. So all I'm going to do, I have two versions. One, if price action is dropping, and if it's above it, watch this. I'm switching to the next one. And there it is. Simple as that. So now you see I'm using the blue support levels. This is the exact same thing you just saw a minute ago, and except for I used a different template, so I saved it. So all I have to do is click in between. I don't have to keep going in here and adjusting my super easy support and resistance and this and that. I have one for if it's above the averages, and I have one for if it's below. Simple, 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 simple. Okay, so watch this. So, which by the way, if anybody is in my trade copier group for gold, you know your account been banging like drums. Okay, we've been hitting big, not just a little small one. We've been hitting big. Okay, and the price action is still moving right now. So if you're in my group, you are even more in profit. Okay, because I'm taking the trade on my phone. I'm watching it right now for those who's in my trade alert group. Okay. So it's already halfway to target already. Okay. How do I know? Because I'm looking right here. I'm watching it. I'm watching it. Okay. You can trade on the 5. See, see, I'm watching it. I see what's going on. Why am I taking buys? Only because I'm seeing that and when it pulled back, it's hitting on the moving averages, not below it. It's hitting on the moving averages and it's hitting my support and bouncing right off of there. Then it dragged along. And guess what happened this morning? News came out. Here was the support. Did it go up or did it go down? It went right up. So that means if you were going to take a trade, all you had to do was follow trend candy. Very, very simple. Okay. Now this is the 30-minute time frame. This is what it looks like on the 15-minute. Okay. And again, this is available in your back office to play with over the weekend. Is there any questions on this system before I move to the next one? Yeah, SpongeBob. Uh, no, the super easy SR dots, once you have a cluster of them, they do not. They do not. Okay. And again, this is part of why I'm giving membership. So instead of charging you guys like we used to, every time there's a new system, I'm charging you, charging you. Hey, just maintaining your membership and all of these are going to be included. And if once we come up with more, even more is going to be just in your library. You just go right into your library and there they are. Okay. So let me show you this. Scroll down. Okay. And that is, which one is it? Did I forget to add the name on it? Oh, Lord have mercy, Jesus. Y'all, I didn't have such a time. Hold on one second. Give me a second. Let me refresh this. I hope I didn't forget to add it on the. Yeah, okay, I'll add it in here. But um, when you log into your account, it is in the tutorials already. Okay, it is in there. I know that for sure. Um, I just forgot to add it on the display page. Okay, so as you can see, I'm not logged in. But if you log into your account right now, you'll see that it's already set up there. So I'll do this later on. I just forgot. Okay. All right. Before we go to the next trading system, any questions? Yep, we are in profit. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, we good? Oh, you saw it on yours? Okay, good, Monica. Yeah, see, that's what I say. This in your back office already. I just forgot to add it on the display page on the sales page. So that's the sales page. But if you log into your back office, it's already there. Okay. Oh, one thing at a time now. Hold on. We going to the next one. Can I? Hold on one second. Let me do this. Let me do this. See if this works. Move this over to one of my other monitors. Okay. Instead of leaning all the way over there, huh? All right, let me see. Okay, yeah, this works better. Instead of looking all the way over there, I can look right here. Okay, she saw no mines. Can I use the higher time frame in conjunction with the lower time frame? Absolutely. Yeah, that's wise anyway. Um, okay, Donna, give me one second. Sorry about that. Let's see. Ooh, it's shooting up, y'all. By the way, if you're in my group, you can go ahead and take profits if you want right now. Donna, I haven't used this thing in so long. Hold on. I'm so sorry. Oh, there we go. Let me go down to Donna and make Donna co-host. Mm. Okay, Donna, you co-hosting. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. I'm ready to move on to the next system. Any questions so far? By the way, y'all give me a second. I'm going to take my money right now. Um, because the markets are slow and I need to concentrate. All right. So I'm closing out my gold trade. Oh man, it is shooting. It might hit target, but I'm taking my profits. I'm out. I'll take that little extra. Weekend money. I'll take that little weekend money. That little weekend money. Yeah, baby. I'll take it all. Socks and drawers. Love it. Okay. All right. Let's get moving on to the next thing. Give me a second. Yeah, we just cashed out. So if you're my futures trading group, you can hold the trade if you want to. I'm sure it probably go up higher, but like I said, the market has very low volume. Um, I don't see them on the website. Yeah, once you log in, David, once you log in, you'll see it. Okay. Give me a second. Let me, yeah, once you log in, you'll see it. All right. So let's get to the next one. Now we're going to start sharing. Let's go to the MT5. Okay. So on the
Uncle Pete,
MT5, yeah, yes.
sorry, there was just a few more questions above that they
Can you
people were
read them to
asking.
me?
Yes, how do we use the yellow arrows?
Yeah, so great question. Sorry about that. So the yellow arrows are basically when it's in a downtrend, they kind of alert you and let you know when it's a downtrend, where there's an opportunity. So for an example, if you look on here, in this area, you see that the arrow came in and it said to sell, and that one went down. It said to sell right there, and it went down. So basically, that's all it does. Um, I don't always pay attention to it, just in transparency's sake. I should, but I don't always do that. I'm just more paying attention. Okay, as soon as this thing, all moving averages break above this for a buy, if it breaks below, then I'm going for a sell. That's how I keep it. Now, for buys, as you can see right here, you can see this is a great pair that I would strongly suggest, which, by the way, another thing on this system, guys, take your time and go through each one of these pairs and start doing an interview process on them. Okay. Do an interview process. What does that mean? The interview process is I'm trying to see how many, which ones can stay consistently in the trend and they're not too choppy. So one of my favorites right here is GA. Okay. I like GA because it's trending. That's what you want. You want to stay within the trend. Even when we get to trend beats, it's going to be the same thing. Find pairs that are calmly staying in the trend, where when they do a pullback, you can easily see and track and understand that pullback. If they're having way too many wild movements, I can care less if you say, "Oh, this is my favorite pair." Uncle P don't have no favorite pair. I do not. Now, if I was actually trading tonight, and I would check the news first, what I would do is right here, this would be an opportunity right in front of me as we speak, right? I see a slant pattern, which I've taught you guys for many, many years about slant patterns. Slant patterns always do what? Let's see who knows. What do slant patterns always do? This is the MT4. I built this one specifically for the MT4 only, not for the MT5. This is for MT4 users. That's why I did that. I didn't want to leave out my MT4 family because, again, I built systems for the MT5, but I'm still more of a MT4 fan. This is strictly for the MT4. Okay. So as you guys can see, I've been teaching you guys this for years. Find a pair that's straight trending. And so when it does a slant pattern, they always pop up. or if it's in a downtrend, they always pop the wrong other way. Okay. That's the fake move. They slant and then pop up. Slant, look at this, hit support and then popped up. Okay. Here's a slant pattern, but I see strong support right here. Very strong support. So for me personally, and here's something else, just another trading tool. And I know we're delayed on this one, but here's another tool in your tool belt if you're going to use this. Okay. How many of you guys are breakout traders? Type a 15 in the box if you're a breakout trader. Because I'm just showing you something right now. You didn't even see it. It's sitting right in front of your face. Just an additional layer to know when to get in. Okay. So a lot of you guys are breakout traders. This is extremely simple to use. Why? Because as soon as you see that slant pattern, and we're looking at one literally right now, this is a slant pattern. See that? All I do is draw one line across the top, touch up here, touch down there. That's good enough. What am I waiting on? I see that it's constantly bouncing off of this support. I see that it's still above these moving averages. What am I going to be waiting for then if I choose to get in this trade? There you go. Monica, you got it first. Nothing more simple than that. I'm simply waiting for price to break above the line. You can even put in what they call a pending order. A pending order. So instead of just buying, you can put in a pending order. So you can put in new order. And instead of putting it in market execution, you can say pending order, and you want to do what's called a buy stop. Okay. And if I was doing this, I say, okay, if you break above here, okay, close above that level, which is 92,992. Okay, so that's what price I put in. 92,992. Where do I want my stop? I can have a tight stop because I see it does respect these levels. So I'll put a tight stop. A tight stop. I might put it below this arrow and I'll say, okay, I want my stop to be at 92409. Okay, so I'll put that in at 9209. 9209. Is that right? Hold on, let me make sure. I think I'm missing a number. 92,398. Okay, I can do 92,398 or something like that. 398. Okay. Or you can put it down a little bit further to give it some cushion for the pushing down to the 200-day moving average, and that'll be 92,447. All right. So something like that. 92,447. Okay. Something like that. Whatever. And take profit, you can put it up here. And that'll be 93, just say 93.6. All right. So watch this. I'm going to put this order in right in front of you guys. I'm showing you how to be a breakout trader. That's why I said you need tools. Okay. What did I say? 92 what? 92.6. We'll just put 92.6. Okay. So you don't have to even sit around watching. And let me make sure I put that stop in the right place. Oh, 92.4. That's what it was. 92.4. Okay, there we go. So watch this. I put in a buy stop, like a bus stop. So if it stops by here on the way, pick me up on the way, it's a buy stop or a sell stop. Okay, that's what I use. Stop orders. If you stop and buy here, come and pick me up. That's what it basically says. So watch this. I'm gonna put place. They said I put them. Oh, I might have put them in the wrong order. Something like that. Did I do that? Oh yeah, I put 93. I'm sorry, I put 92.6. I'm supposed to put 93.6. Okay. And there's your order. See, it's already placed. And you heard my phone just ding off. Did you guys hear that? Type a yes if you heard that. Oh, I just did a pull. Look at God. Look at Lord. Hey, Liz. Look at your boy on fire. He on fire. I literally am in front of you guys, and I said, okay, I'm taking my profit right now. And then Liz, I didn't even pay attention. It just did a pullback. See, ain't that good? Ooh, that's good. Somebody type another 15 in the box. No, type of 25 in the box. That was hot fire right there. Y'all right in front of you guys. Can't nobody say I made it up or anything. I literally sent out a message to my group and said, hey, let's just take our profits because the market's going to be slow and it's going to be acting funny. I literally just did it in front of you guys. And Liz, you called it before me. I wasn't even paying attention. I'm looking at the futures market and Lord and behold, Jesus, look at there, right here. Look at that. That thing fell back like a wig on somebody's head while they out there on the roller coaster. That thing flew back. Jesus, right in front of y'all. Thank you, Liz, for letting me know. I didn't even know. I wasn't even paying attention. I'm in here with you guys. Okay. All right. So anyway, let's get serious. I'm supposed to already be halfway done with this meeting. We already on just the same one. All right. So anyway, any questions on this setup? This is a way you can use this. Once it pulls back to a support level, draw a trend line on the pullback, and then just set your pending order. So for an example, in this situation right here, you can see where would you have entered. Right there, the first candle closed above your trend line. And what did it do immediately afterwards? It just kept on going. And from here to here, that was 56 pips, 61 pips. 61 pips on that simple move. Very simple. I don't overcomplicate it. This is why I'm building things for you guys. Okay. All right. Time to move on. Let's go. Because I'm supposed to be going to dinner with Nancy and I'm still here with you guys. So let's make this quick. All right. So now I'm going over to the MT5. Okay. The MT5, you have two other indicators. Now, this is the actual trend beast. Give me a second. I want to make sure I have the right version because I have redid it so many times to update it. No, that's not the one. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me see. It's going to look like that, but you're going to have, I want to pull up the right one with the dashboard to it. Let me stop sharing just for a second so I can find the right one for you guys. And then we're going to go through that one. Alrighty. Some of you guys, if you ain't never built indicators, man, it's hard work. Okay, there we go. Make sure I got the right one. Okay, give me a second. Let me stop sharing for a second and make sure I pull up the right one for you guys. I should have had all this together, but I had a long day of meetings. Sorry about that. All right. In the meantime, let me do this first. Let me share this one first, and then I'll find that other one. But it's in your back office. The only thing that was missing is the dashboard, because the version you have has the dashboard, the same dashboard that is on the Trend Candy. We built it into the Trend Beast for the MT5. Now, the Trend Beast on the MT5 is different, and you'll see why. Because on Trend Candy, it's moving averages that's looking just for the moving averages, price break above or below. But with Trend Beast, it's actually looking for the last 700, and you can adjust that in the settings. It's looking for the last 700 candles, and then it's finding the diagonal shape. So it could be horizontal, it could be diagonal, it could be a flag, it could be a squeeze pattern, it could be anything. It's specifically searching for patterns to draw in vertical trend lines, horizontal trend lines, angled trend lines, whatever shape is being developed. That's what it's looking for over the next 700 candles, so that you can see, okay, here it is. Okay. All right. So give me a second. So let me share this first. All right. And we are going to share that screen one. Okay. So here we go. We're going into the next one. And I'm going to speed up a little bit for time's sake. Okay. So on your new dashboard, this is the daily dot dashboard. Okay. And pull over my mouse to this screen. So this is daily dot dashboard. So once the markets reopen at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, this will help you to be able to spot support and resistance levels from a daily time frame, from the daily. Okay. That's what it's built to do. So now this is something I had a long time ago and I just never released it. I wanted to release it to you guys. So this is what you can do. Of course, it has to click the open feature like normal. When you go into the settings, what you want to do, and which screen are you going to pop that on? I got so many screens, y'all. I am so sorry. You know how you be prepared to show off and then all of a sudden it just act a fool on you? Give me a see. Which screen did you go to? Did you go to this one? Which one are you? Oh, there we go. Okay. Then click on show. Man, which screen? It didn't disappear. Oh my God. Please stop. One second, y'all. I'll move this over here. And let me lower this down. I don't know where it's showing on. It's hiding. Oh my God, where did it go? Anyway, long story short, play with it in your back office. If you have questions, just ask me. I don't know what's going on because I have so many screens, so much, I don't know where everything is showing. Okay, that's the trend bees. That one is showing here. So let me move that to the side here. And
You
we'll just
think
start
it's
with this.
because,
Mhm. Go
sorry, I
ahead.
was gonna say maybe because it's MT5, is there a different uh what's the word I'm looking for? A different file or whatever you need to go to
Uh-uh.
show that?
Hmm.
No?
It's
Oh,
it's just my computer. It's just my computer acting up.
okay.
Yeah. So anyway, let me show you guys this. This is Trimby. So as you can see, you have your dashboard here. You got your support levels. And so if you want to add in your super easy SRs as an additional support showing you on the pullbacks, this one we built it in with support levels in green. And when it hits into the red, especially on higher time frames, if it hits into the red zone, that means, okay, it's not telling you to sell exactly, but it is telling you pay close attention because there may be an opportunity. That's what it's actually telling you. Okay. So if it's not pulling up any trend lines, that means it's not locating anything worthwhile. Okay. And let me pull up another pair for you guys. I think it's actually done. I think it's my MT5. I've been having trouble with it. I think that's what it is. It's not the system, it's the MT5 I got. I've been having a problem with this one for a while, which is why I don't barely use it. Do anybody else like the MT5 more than the MT4?
No, the top part confuses me.
Yeah, I'm really not a fan of the MT5, but we do build for it. Okay, let me pull this one over. Let's see if this one is it. Okay, so this one is it. And just like I said, just test it. If you have any trouble, let me know. But for whatever reason, my MT5 is not acting appropriate, which is why I don't like it. But for an example, I'm going to switch in between these pairs here. Okay. And as you can see, as I'm switching in between pairs, it's not giving me the same normal trend line patterns. It's actually adjusting to try to find the top 700. So in your settings, let me see if this one populates like it should. Okay, so I'm going in here. Okay, so I can go back right here up to 1,000 and so forth. Okay, so just play around with it. That's why I said I wanted to release it over the weekend for you guys. And I apologize for my computer acting a fool on me with these empty files, but that's that. So for an example, let's click on this one and let's see what shape it gives. So as you can see, it's not giving the same shape. It's not looking specifically for just, oh, here's a trend line in this direction, here's a channel in this one. Because all the other indicators we did, they create channels for you guys. Okay. But this one is no more looking for patterns, shapes, how you would actually manually draw your own trend lines if you had to do it. So for an example, you can see here's a big, gigantic squeeze pattern, recognizing on the 4 hour time frame, here's where the resistance is being respected. It's going in and out of this area. And as soon as it hit these supports, it's bouncing back in. Once it hit here, boom. But where it's showing you is now the thing is tightening up. That's what it's trying to tell you. It's tightening up. So expect either a break to the downside or a break to the upside. That's what it's actually showing you. And if we go to the 30-minute, you can see it's respecting the breaker more to the downside. Not to say it won't go above, but it's now respecting this resistance level and it's respecting this trend line. Okay. And as you can see, I also have the daily dots in here, and I use that as my support and resistance as well. Okay. So it's also very easy to use, but this is more comprehensive, in my opinion, for those who want to trade, especially if you trade in a higher time frame. Like right here, I've been keeping my eye right here on this pair, and this is the one I really liked. And that's USD CAD. So a question to the group, if you had to choose between a buy or sell looking at this right now, what would you choose? A buy or would you choose a sell? What would you choose? Okay. We see a lot of people say buy. Anybody say sell? Looking at this area right here. Okay.
Say so.
Okay. For me personally, if it does retest up here, okay, yeah, I'll be a buyer. But me personally, I'm going to be leaning a little more towards the sale column. Why? Because when we look at this right here, and again, it's looking for patterns. It's not looking for your typical, like the sexy analyst, where it's just drawing, channels, channel, channel, channel. This one is specifically looking at the last several hundred candles and then drawing out the shape of what it's seeing based on if you had to do it manually yourself. So based on this, I'm seeing that, okay, it respected support as soon as it came down into the green zone and it hit the daily dot, which is why the daily dot dashboard is there to send you an alert to let you know, hey, here's an opportunity. Then you can create this template, name it whatever you want. And then in the daily dot dashboard, there's a section in there that says, what template do you want your to be open once you click on any one of those pairs? And once you click on it, it will automatically populate that template that you have saved. And then it has a back button that says, okay, once you're done trading on that, hit the back button and it will go right back to just the dashboard only. And the reason we built it that way is so that it's not using so much data on your computer. Because some of you guys, you got 15 different tabs open at the bottom. So with the scanner, you populate the pair once you get an alert. If you like it, take a trade, hit the back barrel, and it'll take you right back to the dashboard. And you always only have just one thing on your screen. Okay. So in this situation right now, technically, you will be right. It probably will go up a little bit and retest. But if I was looking at it long term and I had to make a decision long term, so for an example, me and Nancy are leaving out of town tomorrow, um, the and I had to take a trade and I'm okay with pullbacks, then I would definitely be a seller. And I would just put my stop right above this level. But why? Because I see that it came up here, tested it. This is the daily dot, then it dropped, came back and tested it again, dropped again, came back and tested it again. That's one, two, three times. And you can see this trend line is being respected. It's not breaking above it. It's respecting the daily dot. It's respecting the red resistance zone. So at the end of the day, what am I going to do? I'm going to sell the bad boy. I'm out. I'm going to take it. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. Any questions on that one? And I'm sorry, this is the rough draft one. I'm trying to find the other one, but yours will look better. It's going to look more like this. Okay. So for an example, let me see if I can pull it up now. I think what's going on with this MT4, because I got so many different trading systems running, is slowing down populating the data. Okay, so let's wait on this one to populate and we'll come back. Is there any questions on that one? Ooh, look at that. Oh, Jesus, that's nice. Oh my God. I wish the market was live. That's sexy right there. Okay. All right. Any questions? Any questions before we go? And I'm sorry, my MT5 is not functioning, but yours should be probably running a whole lot smoother because you guys don't have 30 screens up plus five trading platforms at the same time. So mine's is just delayed. Okay. Any questions? No? Okay. All right. Now let's move over to the next one and we'll come back to this. Okay. We'll come back. All right. The next thing that I have available for you guys, and this is for the trading view. Okay. I want to start with the misdirector. I love the misdirector. Okay. The misdirector is different from the upgrade, and we'll go over this soon in a moment. You have an upgrade to your parallel universe, which I live and die by parallel universe. I absolutely love it. All right. Okay. So I'm going to turn on the misdirector. And as you can see, the moment I clicked on it, it actually has its own dashboard. There's several features in here that we built on this. And I did borrow this idea from a trading person that I know who gave authorization. And what we did, we just expanded on the work that that person did. And they was okay with it. just to make it available to you guys. So as soon as I populate it, it's already doing pretty much the same thing as TrendBees. It's not looking for just channel, 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 channel for breakouts. It's actually looking for different diametric, how do you say that? Diametrical shapes? Is that how you say it, Donna? I'm not sure. But either way, diagonal shape.
What did you call it?
Yeah, diagonal shapes. It's looking not
Yes.
only for horizontal shapes, but it's looking for diagonal shapes. So therefore, once these shapes are being respected, as you can see, here's the trend line up, down, and it's respecting this area. So once it has a breakout, it then will show you sell or it will show you buy. Then it will also show you your take profit one, your take profit two, your take profit three. In addition to that, we also built in on this one, and I'm going to pull this a little bit tighter to help you understand where does price action stand? Where does it stand compared to yesterday? We built in a high and the low of yesterday. So at the end of every trading day, when the market reopens, it will automatically populate yesterday's high and yesterday's low. And I cannot tell you guys how many times I found some excellent trading opportunities because without this, I didn't know. Once we built this in, it was like the light bulbs came on because wow, I'm seeing why price action. For an example, you've seen the dashboard is showing that you can also see buyers and sellers. Okay. You can see how many, who's doing what. And at the end down here, it's very simple. It's telling you, okay, who's the stronger of the two? Is there more buyers or is there more sellers? Okay. That's what it's doing. But, and let's see what populates here. I'm going to put this on and it's calculating. There you go. Here's a perfect example. And if you actually had the misdirector right now, you would still be in profit. Okay. Especially if you use it on NQ. Let me show you this because this is even better. For those who have NQ or using the big boy to make a lot more money, it depends on the prop firm you're using, right? It's going to be the same thing, but watch. Okay. Now this one is showing that it's ready to drop as it's already created this channel. So if it breaks from here, it's telling you put your stop right there. Here's your entry, and it's not at the entry yet. So you have to wait. But if it hits this entry, it's telling you, okay, here, put your stop here, take profit one, take profit two, take profit three. Simple as that. What we tried to do is create a system that reduces the amount of decision making that you personally have to do because the rules are as simple as it is. Just set the alert and we'll let it do what it do. Once you receive the alert, you take a look at the trade. If you like it, take the trade. If you don't, you wait for the next one. Simple as that. Rules are already built in. Okay. Now I'm gonna go to the 15-minute. Now I will tell you guys this. I actually like it on the 5 and 15 a lot better. Here's an example. Look at this crispy trade right here. I said crispy. I must be hungry. I haven't had, you know what I had, Donna, for lunch today? Some chips and taco meat. I'm hungry. Now look at this, guys. Watch this very carefully because this is going to be an eye opener for you guys. There's another indicator that's on here that it's not ours, it's free. I'm going to show you the settings on how to do it. Because when you're on the higher time frame, especially like the 15-minute, you're really going to understand. Watch this. You're really going to understand what's going on. So can somebody tell me why this trade was actually a legitimate trade? I'm going to open it up and I want you guys to answer that for me. Just take a look at it. Would you have taken this trade? Yes or no? And if so, why? I want somebody to tell me. Break it down for me. At first glance, don't overthink it. Just take a look at it. Tell me what you see. Monica, yes, we are above the moving averages. What else we see? And I just pulled this straight up. I didn't make it up. I didn't know it was even there. I just pulled it up. What else we see, guys? I'm gonna pull this closer on the screen. What else do we see? Thank you, Heather. That was it. Thank you, Derek. That was it. Alert box, slant pattern, breakout. See, you did not have to think. Guys, I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna say this and we're almost done, okay? One of the things that's killing our trading is us. I'm not gonna lie. It's too much us. Too much decision. Where do I put my stop? Where do I do this? Well, should I get in here? Should I get in there? Should I do this? Should I do that? And so while you're doing all this thinking, you're overthinking the process, and now there's too much of you involved because you don't have solid what quote, watch this, quote unquote, mechanical rules. I'll never forget. I learned that from a world champion trader who I was under his tutelage for a long time. He won like 8 world championships in trading, 8. And he said the biggest thing that changed his trading career, he said, I started creating, and he created systems too. He said, I started creating what's called mechanical trading systems. Mechanical trading systems mean he started building trading systems that literally left him with very little decision-making power. The rules were built in, everything was pre-built in. He didn't have to think very little to make a decision. So with this is again why we're building these kind of systems so that you don't have to include your emotions too much. You follow the rules and there you go. This is another reason why I like this and I like the parallel universe. This is why my futures trading account started growing versus getting blown. Because instead of me trying to figure out, okay, where should I get in? Where should I do this? Where should I do that? I said, okay, let me start building things that reduces my input and just simply have the rules put in. I don't guess where the stop loss goes because it's already telling me right there. I don't guess where my entry is because it's right here. I don't have to guess where to put my take profits because I can put take profit 1, take profit 2, and take profit 3. And quite often, being very transparent, I will put it at take profit 1 because I don't trust these markets. They've been sketchy as heck. Okay. They really have. So now when it does hit take profit 1, I'm moving this up to break even. Then when it hits past take profit 1, it hits take profit 2, I'm moving my take profit into take profit 1. So now I'm guaranteed profit. As it hits take profit 1 and goes into take profit 3, I'm moving it to take profit 2. Once it hit target, I'm done. So that's how I trail my stop to protect my account. Okay. But here's the rules on this one. This is just an example buy trade. Notice the shape. So people are saying, how is this different from the parallel universe? Parallel universe is looking for channels. This looks for any type of shape, just like Trend Beast on MT5. That's why they built pretty much the same way to do the same thing. Okay. So you also have your yesterday's high and your yesterday's low built in there. And then you also have this. So here's what happened with this trade, what made it so beautiful. Because price action stayed below the moving averages, and I'll show you my setup in just a moment. It stayed below it, so I knew don't buy. The moment this buy trade came out, and then this first candle right here closed above, that was a couple of confirmations. It broke out of the channel. It was right at the entry point where it said to enter, right there. Okay. And it was above my moving averages. So that's 3 confirmations. Very simple. Nothing much to think about. Is this making sense to you guys? Type of 50 in the box if this makes sense.
Where does it show yesterday's high
Yeah,
and where you
I'll
just
move it
said
over.
where's
Yeah,
oh
I'll move it over. Because what I'm doing, this is an older trade, but if you go right here, you'll see right there, it's already pre-built in.
okay.
Now, for an example, Liz, are you there, Liz? Liz, you there? I'm gonna show y'all something. Okay, Liz is there. Perfect. Liz, you the one checked and said, "Oh, that thing pulled back down." Remember, I told everybody. I say, "Hold on, y'all. Let me help my group because we need to keep our money." Okay. Which again, it was nothing more than a pullback. I still think it's going to go up, but it's going into the holiday. Let's just grab what we can and keep it moving, right? But what is my concern here? Somebody take a glance. Take one glance at that and tell me what my first concern is. Why I don't want to be greedy. Take a glance at it. Take a look. Take a look and just tell me. It should be right. It should slap you in the face. What's the problem with the trade? Why do I not want to hang on to it? Yes, it's consolidating, but that ain't the point. High of the day. High of the day. How do you know? Because we built it in. It's right here. It's creeping close to the high of the day. Do I think it's going to go up further and possibly retest this high? Yeah, I think it does. But yes, that's the point. Dwayne, you got it. It's approaching the high of when? Yesterday. It's already the new day. For those who don't know, at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is a new day, a new Forex trading day. A new market trading day starts at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In the futures market, it starts at 6 p.m. So that's the reason why we built this in. So you don't have to guess where is the low of the day, where's the high of yesterday. We built it in so you can see it. So when you start seeing prices slowing down and it's creeping against the high or it's bumping right up against there, what does that tell you? Trade with extreme caution. trade with extreme caution because you know that is a possibility this could turn into resistance since it's retesting yesterday's high. Or in this situation where this was yesterday's low, day before yesterday's low, when price action was bouncing off of the line of yesterday's low, you felt quite confident because not only do you have this breakout, not only is price action above this channel, not only do you have this setup, but also the lines were right up onto here, showing you that this was yesterday's low and price has retested it and has bounced off of yesterday's low. So this is an additional filter to help you out to understand when to take trades and when not to. Isn't that fabulous? Type an amen in the box if this was helpful. See, it's removing you out of the thinking process so you're not so emotional. And now trading can actually, for the first time, be fun again. You remember when you first started? You had ambition and you had dreams and you was thinking, okay, and then all of a sudden it just seems like you're just in a hole. And if you're not careful, it put you into a depression. Because it's like, man, no matter what I do, well, the problem is it's too much of you. By the way, you always hear, and I'll say this and move on to the next system, we're almost done. You always hear people talk about psychology in the market, psychology in the market, trading. The highest part of trading is what? Psychology. Have you guys heard that before? Yes or no? Thank you, Monica. How many have heard about psychology? Most of it is psychology. You know what you're actually saying? You're saying, I don't have a system that is mechanical enough to tame me to know what to do. And I'm not just talking to you guys, I'm talking to myself. I told you, I really never really started building indicators for any of you guys. It was for me. And I'm constantly trying to revise things so that I can stop being so freaking emotional. I don't care how long you've been trading. Your emotions, the Bible says, where your money is, your treasure will be also. Wherever your treasure is, your heart will be also. That's what it says. In other words, it's hard for you to detach your emotional state from your money. This is why friends fall out. They can argue over everything else and come back friends, except for when it comes to their money. That's a permanent fallout. Why? Because where your money is, there will your heart be also. So even if you don't believe in the Bible, you don't have to. But the principle of gravity is still the same, whether you believe it or not. Hop off a building and see whether you're gonna fly. It doesn't care whether you believe. It's just a fact. And so when it comes to trading, trading is so near and dear to your desire for income and freedom until it taps into the deepest parts of your emotional state. And this is why it causes so much sadness and depression to trade. And then you add in the fact that it's a very lonely business. So then when people are selling these books talking about psychology, 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 yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. And they're right. I'm not saying that they're doing wrong by selling you. It's the truth. But what if you had trading systems that eliminate your emotional state because it does not require your thinking? All you need to know is, okay, on average, how many times does this thing win? That's all you need to know. And once you see that it has at least a 70 to, a 65, 70% win rate or more or higher, and plus you add in additional filters to increase that opportunity as well, now you're not emotional. Even if you lose one trade, you're excited because you know the next one will come along and probably is going to be the one to win. And this is why I don't typically use this particular one since it's a basic reversal, not a momentum. Parallel universe is built on momentum. This one is built on angles and reversals. That's the difference between the two. That's why they can shape things out differently. It was showing you, okay, this thing is squeezing, it's creating a squeeze pattern, squeeze pattern. The moment it broke out, it said, okay, it's breaking out to what? The upside. Now, no indicator on earth is going to win 100% of the time, but at least you have things working in your favor. So for me personally, the minimum time frame I would use is the 5 minute, but the comfortable time frame that will bring you the most consistency because it's allowing this to calculate more candles on the shape to make sure that the shape that it's providing to you is very valid. So the 15-minute would be, for me personally, more ideal for this particular indicator. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Well, if you're on TradingView, of course you can use it on anything that's TradingView related. So it's not related to, I just use it on, I only trade two things, guys. To be honest with you, I only trade two things. That's the other thing I learned to do. I stopped trading so many pairs. I only use for futures market, I only trade NQ and gold. That's what MGC is. It's the micro version of gold. That's the only two I trade. And I have to use these small versions because, for an example, this week on my prop firm account with Apex, I did about 1,300. And you say, oh, that's not a lot. Yeah, but times it by 10 accounts, right? Time is about 10 accounts. See, I'm not trying to go for home runs anymore. I just need little small wins so that if the trade lose, I know on the next one, probabilities are high that I'm going to win it, right? And there you go. And there you go. And I'm not emotional because all I have to do is once the alert comes out, the trading system did all the heavy lifting. I just got to see if it matches the rules. And if it does, I take the trade. If not, I'll just wait for the next one. No big deal. I'm more relaxed than ever before. I never thought I can get there. I'm very relaxed when it comes to trading. It's not that big of a deal. I kind of get nervous when I have to trade for other people, of course, but for myself, no, I don't care. I can care less. Can care less because I know that this thing, I have never had so many wins since until I started building these for my futures platform. Then my wins just started racking up and my account started growing. And the only thing I learned to do is not over trade the account. However, like for an example, if you're with Apex, that's the good part about having a funded account with Apex. And I don't know about the others, but with Apex, they do not even allow you to overtrade. So even if I want to put in 10 positions, because I'm just so certain, they cap it off and say, nope, you're only allowed 2 or 3 positions. So therefore, I know the maximum that I can potentially lose on the trade is only about $300 or something like that. And if I got a $2,000 drawdown limit, I'm never, ever, ever coming close to my elimination limit. So therefore, all I do is use 2 or 3 contracts of these little tiny boys. It nets me on average about $300 or $400 a trade, two to $400 a trade. If the trade loses, maximum will probably be around maybe $300-400. Okay, so I'm never coming near blowing the account. Okay, because I built things that has rules in them. I don't guess anymore. It's just right there. Okay. Any questions before I go to the next one?
There's one that was before that from Henry. Says, could you take us through the new dashboard? Seems it's based on volume. Also, do you think you
Yes.
would get more future trades with the new system?
Yeah, like I said, it depends on what time frame you want to use it on and set the alert. So if you want more trades, use the lower time frames. But I'm just saying, sometimes to be honest with you guys, your patience will pay off because some of you guys, and I'm just think about it like this: some of you guys, you taking 100 trades a week, and at the end of the week, do you feel exhausted? Just be honest with yourself. And it'd be better. And this is for an example with me. I'm at a point, man. I can care less. I can do 1 or 2, 3 trades a day. I'm good. For as long as I can walk away and have a good time. Like for an example, that's the reason why I closed that trade. I say, okay, I know I'm not feeling it. I know that volume is low. That means price action is going to get choppy. So we just closed out the trade right in front of you guys. Why? I'm not trying to be greedy. I just want to get a little nibble and call it a day and move on. And literally moments later, the price had dropped. Okay. Let me show you guys this, and I'll get back to your question because we haven't covered this. So the moving MA ribbon, this is a free indicator. It's not mine, but I'm showing you how I use it. And you can clearly see from the 15-minute on gold, what would you have done here with no indicators at all, just a MA ribbon. So not only is this telling me where price action going, so when I do get a parallel universe breakout, okay, and it's showing that, hey, the channel is a breakout to the downside. I'm also checking the MA ribbon and it's confirming that. If price action is breaking above it, like it did here, I also have the MA ribbon to confirm where price action is. Okay, so here's how I have my settings for MA ribbon. I'm going to go into the settings, go into input, and you can see right here, the first line is EMA high 34. Second line is EMA close 34. And the third is EMA low 34. So I have a high, a low, and a close, and they're all 34 moving average. Now there is a fourth one here if you want to use it. I just don't need it. Okay, I don't need too much on my charts. It's clutter, too much noise. And then you come out with clean setups like this. So even if you only got like maybe 3 or 4 good trades a week, isn't that enough? You know what I mean? Okay. That's enough. I don't need a whole lot. And on top of that, that's just from this one. Then I can add in the PU, which is the parallel universe, which is now available for you guys. And let's go to that quickly. Okay. And here was a break. Look at this. Look at this. So if you took this trade on the 15-minute, here it was, it did a little pullback, but look at the MA ribbons. The MA ribbon said stay in the trade. So once it came and did this little pullback, it did not hit the stop and it came right back up and now you're actually profitable. Oh, and by the way, and I got both of them on here together. What is this clearly telling you is a possibility? Somebody type in the box, just looking at this. Oh, I forgot to hit the record. I'm so sorry. I didn't record it. But it's actually going to be on, Paul, it's going to be on the YouTube channel. Okay. There you go. Who said that first? Monica, you always, girl, you probably was the one who was in class always raising your hand first. Girl, you got it. You got it. Exactly. You can clearly see by me having both of these on at the same time, one is giving me data, the other one is also giving me data, which by the way, you can choose to put these dashboards in different corners because the PU does have its own separate kind of dashboard. I just turned it off because I'll be trading from my phone, which you guys have been seeing me send out a lot of trades, live trades from my phone. So what I do is I turn the dashboard off, right? So right here under the PU system, let me go through that real quick. So you can choose to have that at the top and what I'm going to do is put it at the bottom for now and hit OK. And now I have the misdirectors dashboard up here, and I got this one down here. And look at what they both were saying. This one is showing strong buy. This confirms the buying power between the buyers and sellers. So you got extra confirmation that what you should be doing, taking buy trades only, which is what this said. Everybody see that? Yes? Type a yes if you see that. Okay. So between these two, I'm not sure how you're not going to make it. It's almost impossible. I can't guarantee anything, but it's almost impossible. How can you not? You got the EMA ribbon told you to stay in the buy. When this broke out, that was a winner there, huge winner. And then right here, now it's breaking out right here. Here's your stop. Here's your entry. And where is it? It literally, as we speak, heading up, heading up. It's telling you buy. Here it is on the 3-minute. Okay. And here's a perfect example. See, this is what I'm saying. You're not going to win every single trade because at first, but here's what I do know. Would I have taken this trade if the alert came out? Yes or no? Just take a glance at this one. Look at everything and tell me. Because what it is, it's going to track price action. But at some point, I made a decision. Okay, this is not what I'm looking for. And I would avoid this trade. How did I know to avoid this trade? One example. I'm glad we're seeing this. So you'll know, okay, when do I not take a trade if I get an alert? Okay, Monica, you got it. Number one, it's saying take buy trades only. Buying pressure up here is saying buyers. What else over here? Take a glance. Erica, you got it. There you go. The EMAs, where is price action? It is still sitting above the moving averages. So therefore, I knew not to take this one. And again, this is why if you're not an expert in it, sometimes going to the higher time frames is going to suit you better because it takes in, look at this. It's taking in more data to let you know, okay, this is good or it's not good. Okay. It's good or it's not. Okay. That's why I like the higher time frame sometimes. Okay. Now let me show you guys some features of your PU, which is the parallel universe. So I'm going to close that out and I'm going to go back to the parallel universe and I'm going to go to gold. No, let me go to this one. Okay. What time frame was that? Right here. See, right now I'm not trading because the market is dead. But look at this huge winner. This was today. This was earlier today. Earlier today. Okay. We had a breakout. Where's the price action? It is below the EMAs. You had an entry, and this is on the 5-minute time frame. This is a trade you literally could have had today. Okay. Look at this. Price action broke out. Here was your stop. Here's your entry. It dropped, retested the entry, but did it ever come up to the stop? Nope. And it dropped from there. Could take profit one, and take profit 2. Now, with this one, we did build it in to have 3 take profits. Me personally, I'm just telling you, me personally, I rarely ever go for take profit 3 unless I'm just doing a trailing stop. In other words, when I enter the trading, you guys see me do this on the phone. That's why I showed you guys even the videos last night. I did an example. Okay, when price action first comes in, I enter here. As soon as it hits take profit 1, I'm moving my stop from the stop level here down to my entry because now price action is hanging down here at take profit 1. When it breaks down and goes to take profit 2, I'm moving my stop from the entry to lock in gain at take profit 1. So if it keeps on going, then I'll trail my stop. If it goes to take profit 3, cool. If not, it pulls back and hit me. I'm guaranteed profit. Here was my entry. Here's where my stop last was when before I looked at my phone. And therefore, okay, nice it went and I could have made more, but I don't want to be the person who's always staring at my phone. I'm trying to break that bad habit. The dashboard over here said sell. Look at this, red as all outdoors, right? So it told you everything you needed to know. So the update on this, and I'm going to show you the difference. Okay, a couple of features and then we're done. Number one, I only trade with the Heikin-Ashi candles, me personally. I learned that from one of my mentors, and when he showed me that, I never went back. So on the futures platform, I'm always using the Heikin-Ashi candles, always. However, when I was using it, it was throwing off my entries because it was calculating the data based on regular candles versus Heikin-Ashi. So if you are a Heikin-Ashi trading fan, now we built it in so that all you do is check this box and the calculations will be equal in equivalency. So for an example, watch this. You just seen it. Watch this. I'm going to click the box for Heikin-Ashi candle. Watch what happens. See how it jumped? See how it jumped? So that's where the problem was for me as a Heikin-Ashi candle user. Price action was coming in way too late for me because I was using Heikin-Ashi candles. But if with regular candles, it would have came in appropriately because it was calculating based on regular candles. So we built in the option for you to use Heikin-Ashi candles if you want to. So just check that box. And if you want Heikin-Ashis, cool. If you want regular candles, then boom, you can just uncheck this, switch over to your regular candles, and you still got the same thing. Okay. And by the way, look at this. It's setting up right here. You say, okay, hey, Uncle P, what happened to that other setup? Perfect. Let's go to the next thing I built. The other thing that was bothering me when we built the original version, it was too many of these setups, and sometimes they were overlapping and I couldn't tell which was which. Did anybody else have that experience? Yes, exactly. See, again, guys, I'm building things based on how I'm looking at charts. And if I'm having that problem, I'm quite sure you have. And Heather said all the time, this new version that you're going to be receiving, we fixed it. Here's what we did. And I'm going to show you what to do. If you want to backtest, you go into your settings, you scroll down. So first of all, we have the Heikin-Ashi. Let me put my thing back on. I like Heikin. Well, I'll leave it for now. Okay. Watch this. Scroll down here and you'll see there's a lot of settings in here. So you have your dashboard and all this stuff. Where am I going? I think I passed it. Give me a second. I'll find it. Right here. All right. In display settings, here's the key thing. And this is the only thing I tamper with. So what I do is it's a box that's checked that says show only latest setup. I'll say it again. This box says show only the latest setup. That means even though there's a whole lot of other historical trades that took place, I don't want my charts to be cluttered. So every time there's a new trade setup, I only want to see that. Okay. And then I can make my determination from there whether I want it or not. But if you want to see the others, you just uncheck this box and watch what happens. And there they are. So if you want to back test and say, okay, well, Uncle P, I want to see and see how this is all cluttered up. I don't like all that. Now, what you can do, you have a number right here where you can say, okay, you can choose how many how many you want to see. If you want to see 30 of them, put 30 of them in there. If I just want to see the last two, which is where it went, look what happened. Entry, boom, take profit 1, take profit 2, and technically, look what happened. Take profit 3 on this one actually got hit. Isn't that freaking amazing? So now you can just say, I just want to see the last 2 trades. So when I switched over to this, you say, oh, what happened to the last trade? That's because we put this feature in, and now you can add it to have 1 or 2 or 10. It's totally up to you. Me, Sometimes I only want to see the last two. So then I would leave this unchecked and just leave this two, click OK, and voila, problem solved. Any questions? Any questions? Is this helpful for you guys? Type a 60 in the box if this is helpful. So again, I'm building things for you guys, not just because I'm trying to slop something together for your membership. I'm building it based off of what I'm actually using. And if I find problems with it, I go to the drawing board, get with my team, and I say, okay, guys, we need to fix this because I don't like it. And if I don't like it, I'm very picky. If I don't like it, I'm sure my other members don't like it. And so we go in here and we try to fix things up for you guys to make it as easy as pie for you. Okay. Very easy. I'm a Hakanashi person, so all this chop, chop, chop with these regular candles, that ain't my flavor. I'm sorry, y'all. That's just not me. Once I've got turned on to Hakanashis, that's all I want. Hockey. Give me my hockey sticks and watch this transform. And there we go. See? So now I switch back to the Hakanashi candles and everything is more smoothed out for me. Okay. And this is showing that there was, look, two opportunities for this trade. If I'm just using the two, look, here was an entry, take profit hit, take profit hit. It say, okay, here was another breakout opportunity. Look, take profit hit, take profit hit, take. So both of these would have been winners. Both of these alerts would have been winners. That's how I back tested. Last but not least, here's another thing, another feature. Again, looking at these EMA ribbons, where was they? Price action was where? Below the EMA ribbons. So that was another confirmation. Go ahead and take the sale. Other than that, we also had the dashboard saying take the sale. So this is why I feel a lot more confident now than I used to, because I built out something that helped me be mechanical in my trading. So I'm going to do one more example of this and then we'll call it a night. Okay. So I'm going to go here. Yes, thank you very much, Monica. Yeah, that's why we built it. So for me, I don't want to see even the last two. So I'm just going to check the box that says show me only the last setup. And then it's going to take me to whatever last setup it was that it calculated for the Hakanashi candles. And this is where you saw it. Take profit. It said enter here. That was your entry. Take profit one got hit and take profit two. So you can see it calculates differently based on whether you're using Hakanashi candles or not. And me, to take profit two is good enough for me. I'm not greedy. I've learned that's the other thing. I'm not greedy. This market has been so wild and crazy. I haven't seen anything like it in a long time. So take profit one is good, but take profit two is even better. And with two positions, typically each one of these take profits are worth anywhere with about two or three of these positions on MNQ, they're worth about $200 or $300 per target. That's what it equals out to. That's good enough. Remember, I'm only trying to do 200 a day. That's all I need. I don't need a lot. I don't even want it because greed is kicking butt. So the rules are set in this as well. Price action broke out of the upward channel. Then it populated, told you where to put your stop, where to put your entry. And now this has take profit one, take profit two, and take profit three built in. Okay. Any questions?
I just want to, they're asking when they're going to get this. I will email the links as soon as the Zoom is over. You'll get an email with the updated parallel and the misdirector. And then if you haven't sent me your username already, the instructions are in there and the email as well.
Yep. Okay. Any other final question before we close out? By the way, see that's why I was telling guys, here's I wanted to get back to this as promised. There's nothing wrong with the indicator. There's something wrong with my trading system itself. Because like I said, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trading system on here, plus TradingView. So that's 9 trading systems, plus I'm running Zoom, plus I got about 30 other tabs open. So it's just my computer, even though it's a custom built computer, it's just running slow because of that. Nothing wrong with the indicators. But again, here's your trend dashboard. And you can see as soon as it hit this resistance, and this is USD CAD on the pair, I told you that, man, that's really looking juicy for a sale. So for me, yeah, I like it. I like it for a sale because it's showing me everything I want to know. I just have to wait because I got to shut down a lot of these trading systems to be able to see it populated. But yeah, it's something I like. I really like it. Now, the other thing I also like, ladies and gentlemen, I'll leave with this. I also like paying attention from the daily time frame. because the daily time frame, you can really see these levels where it's actually showing you what's going on. So with your daily dot dashboard and the daily dot, look at what's going on. It's telling you what you need to know. Okay. It's telling you what you need to know. So that's just something to play with. So just play with it over the weekend and go from there. Okay. All right. Any final questions before I end the meeting? And again, if you guys want to become an affiliate, again, we're paying a monthly stipend instead of a one-time fee. Okay, to help you on that end as well. There was one more. Well, I'll be remiss if you do need a list of MT4 and MT5 brokers and also a list of prop firms with discount codes from Jenny and Elvis. I have that available for you. Donna, do you have that, by the way?
Their codes, is that what you're asking?
Yeah, you remember Jenny put her link in there with all the prop firms and the discount codes. She put a link.
Yes.
Okay, can you include that in the email form? And also Dr.
And
Elvis, he had a list of MT4 and MT5 brokers. If you did you see that?
I did. I can copy and paste that. Yeah.
Yep. So they can all just have it all at one time. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
All right. Cool. All right. Anything else before we go? Going once? You're welcome.
Uh,
You guys are
I'm
welcome.
looking.
I
No,
appreciate you
guys,
guys.
I haven't sent the email yet. Just give me a few minutes to add the links and then you guys will you'll get it here after class. What does NT somebody's asking an NT version? What does NT mean? I don't know what that means.
Mm, MT version. Not sure.
N as in Nancy. Will there be an NT? Oh, Ninja
Oh,
Trader. Thank
no,
you.
Ninja Trader. No. I tried Ninja Trader. I sincerely did. I tried Ninja Trader trying to figure that thing out for the longest. That thing is so freaking complicated to me. Maybe one day we can do a Zoom meeting. Some of y'all can come on here and tutor me on it, and then it can possibly change my mind. But for now, I cannot stand Ninja Trader. That thing is so difficult. Why I'm like, why you got to make it so freaking difficult? Trading is hard enough. And then you come with all this stuff. And then when I opened it up, it opened up 5 different screens. And I got to sort through things. Oh no. Oh my God. Oh my God. That was too much. See, again, I'm at this age and stage, man. I ain't got all that. I don't want all this stress. I want things easy. And if I got to figure all this out just to, no, man, you're doing too much. So that's the reason why I personally, and I know some people are Ninja Trader lovers, it's just equivalent to people who like iPhone versus Android. Okay. Me, I like Android better, but my son, he swears by iPhone. So it's just a flavor. So I'm not trying to necessarily downplay it because of it's a bad platform. I'm just downplaying it because it was complicated to me. But for some of you guys, you probably love it because it's easy to you. I just didn't understand. I just got too much going on to try to sit there figuring out that complication. I have a question. I lost my account because I missed a payment. Can I re-sign up with the same account or do I need to sign up with a new account email? You can try with your own account, and if not, just use a new one, man. It's no big deal. It's no biggie. And just come on back in and come get these tools. They all in the back office. Everything is already in your back office. By the way, I also have sample videos on some of them where you see me taking live trades with them so you can see it live and in action without these computer hiccups. I apologize for that. But you'll see me taking live trades, showing you this, showing you that. Like for an example, we had a big winner this week on gold. You're going to see for the Trend Candy, you're going to literally see me take that trade. It was just last night and I closed it out. And truth be told, y'all, if I would have held on to that trade, oh my God. Oh my God. NFP came out today and that thing went exactly where I thought it was going to go. But we still hit very big on it on gold. But I closed it out right before the news event because the markets are sketchy and it could have shot all the way down. I said, no, this thing probably going to shoot up. And it actually went to the moon. Oh my God. But either way it goes, we won. And you'll see that video literally in your back office because I recorded it this morning and then put it in the back office so you can see a live trade, something in motion so you can see, okay, this is what Trend Candy did. So I did a couple of those kind of videos for you guys. It's all in your back office, okay? Robert said, I'm sick. Yeah, not me. You know what I learned? You don't know the future. Everything is pretty in hindsight. Everything is perfect in hindsight. When you get to look back at things, you'd be like, oh, yeah, that was yeah, but that's because you're looking at it backwards. How many times have we hung on to something too long and it turned against us? And that's where I feel now. I can care less. As long as I made something, just like tonight. As long as I make something, I know gold will probably still keep going up. I don't care. I really do not care. We made a little something on the trade. I'm good. I can care less. Oh, tell me y'all ain't seeing what I'm seeing. Do y'all see exactly what I'm saying? Look at the green. Look at the green. It's telling you that the order is about to get triggered. Did I not tell you? Here's something else live and in color right in front of you. Did I not tell you? Have a good night. Oh, this is freaking amazing. Love it.